Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The diplomatic relations between the Sultanate and the Republic of Korea span around 70 years. A workshop on the strategic programme for Omani cultural heritage and its role in sustainable development is organised by the Research Council. And the Ministry of Housing issues a new decision amending the bylaw for ownership of real estate properties. Those were the headlines, now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Joko Widodo of Indonesia on his country's Independence Day anniversary. His Majesty the Sultan also sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Ali Bongo Ondimba of Gabon on his country's National Day. The recent visit of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Korea, accompanied by a large business delegation to Muscat, was the illustration of cementing around 70 years of diplomatic relations with the Sultanate. Here is a report by Salah bin Khalfan al-Rabi.
A solid cultural bond, strong political ties, mutual trust, and a growing partnership. This was the result of around 70 years of diplomatic relations between the Sultanate and the Republic of Korea. These relations have been further crowned with the recent visit of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Korea to Muscat, accompanied by a delegation of more than 50 officials and representatives of about 40 Korean companies. The visit witnessed 3 days of meetings between senior officials of both countries, during which the Korean Prime Minister delivered 4 files related to his country's participation in the Vision of Oman 2040 and to diversify and expand cooperation in the fields of technology and healthcare, in addition to the operation of the Joint Economic Cooperation Committee. The Korean Yonhap news agency also pointed to the opening of discussion beyond traditional economic cooperation represented in the sectors of energy, construction, and infrastructure.
Beyond the 2020 vision in Oman, we agreed to more have a close cooperation into the 2040 vision, vision 2040. Especially the area of the fourth industrial revolution. You know, the world and Oman and Korea, we are facing the new challenge coming from the fourth industrial revolution. In this area also we agreed to have more close cooperation.
The Koreans, whose companies earlier have reached the modern Omani Renaissance project, had been preceded by the sales of the Omanis, who had cruised long ago to the Kingdom of Koryo. The Republic of Korea has come out this time with the Fourth Industrial Revolution, launched domestically since a year ago, of which the Koreans plan to export their tools to Ad-Duqm on the coasts of the Arabian Sea, where an economic city is expected to be one of the most important potential drives of the future of Oman. The Sultanate, which has advanced 8 positions in the Global Innovation Index for the year 2018, is rapidly paving the way for enhancing the presence of technology in the Special Economic Zone of Ad-Duqm. This has resulted in the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding with the Republic of Korea concerning the establishment of smart cities, a memorandum which was expected to be signed in September. Yet, according to media sources, the date of signing has been brought forward at a request of Oman in an effort to save time.
Korea
is pioneering a number of fields, either industry, education, research, development, innovation, information technology, telecommunications, and many other fields. It is possible to benefit from all of that through transferring of Korean knowledge and expertise by means of training, academic, as well as research exchange. The private sector from both sides can also benefit through the initiative of partnership, such as opening branches of Korean companies and joint factories in various sectors that were under discussion, especially industry and logistics sectors.
Among calls for the development of investment channels and the adaptation of challenges to avoid obstacles and mistakes of the past, and for diversifying sources of income, the Sultanate is tracing the economy of one of the most important Asian tigers, industrially and technologically, coinciding with the Belt and Road Initiative of China to revive the ancient trade routes that crossed Oman due to its geographical location and stability, a potential that provides an environment conducive to an economic exchange between Muscat and Seoul, where the exports and imports reached around 370 million Omani riyals during the first 4 months of this year. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
The Research Council organised a workshop on the strategic programme for Omani cultural heritage and its role in sustainable development under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser al-Harasi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Radio and Television. The workshop aims primarily at promoting the strategic programme for Omani cultural heritage and its research projects such as languages and accents of Oman and significant Omani personalities in the field of commerce and industry and legends and folklore in Oman. The strategic plan supports the Innovate and Invest initiative, which seeks to invest in cultural projects which will ultimately enrich not only the research value of Omani cultural heritage, but also boost the national economy. The Ministry of Housing issued a new decision amending the bylaw for the ownership of flats, floors and stores. The new amendments obligate the owners' associations to appoint a manager to represent them before the courts and any third party and settle the disputes among them. The manager can be appointed through the agreement of owners or by the Minister of Housing if no agreement is reached. If any of the owners wishes to transfer their ownership of a housing unit which is subject to this bylaw, he or she has to submit to the Ministry of Housing a notice signed by the manager that he has no financial obligation payable to the ownership association. The share of the property unit is calculated based on total land size, the number of floors and the number of property units approved in the building permit. As per the new amendment, the Ministry of Housing will give the manager a card to exercise his or her powers. The Minister of Housing will issue a decision on the fees for registration and renewal of owners' associations as per this bylaw. The New Media and Digital Age Forum was concluded in Salalah with a number of recommendations, namely organising the regulations of new media and digital media means. They also stressed the significance of providing training in the field of new media, electronic editing, digital broadcasting and making social media content, in addition to focusing on the vision of development of the new media system. The conclusion programme today included the essentials of media content and a number of work papers on investments in the media field, among others. Within the cultural activities of Salalah Tourism Festival, the Omani Society for Writers and Literati organised a seminar entitled Social Media Means and Making Public Opinion. It included work papers on cultural and social challenges facing new media and the influence of social media networks on directing public opinion. It also included discussions on freedom through social media means and legal matters in this field. Still to come in our news bulletin. The floating motels in the Walaya of Saw are great touristic attractions.
عبق فاح بين جنباتها، فنفثت سلاما برائحة لبانها. حلقت عاليا نحو السماء، فنقشت بأبجدياتها تاريخا جميلا. وبكرمها أمست مضربا للأمثال. مهرجان صلالة السياحي 2018 من 10 من يوليو إلى 25 من أغسطس.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. More and more pilgrims are heading to the holy lands of Mecca and Medina as they express their joyful feelings to do the Hajj rites, praying to the Allah Almighty to accept their deeds. Pilgrims from Oman are travelling by land and air, leaving their families behind to dedicate a few days of their lives seeking the blessings and forgiveness from Allah. The Omani Hajj mission met with a number of pilgrims and Hajj service providers to make sure that the services detailed in the contract are maintained. The Omani Hajj mission made a series of daily visits to hotels and places of stay for pilgrims to make a direct contract with them and to hear any complaint. The Omani Hajj mission also ensures the safety of the pilgrims is maintained as part of its duty towards the pilgrims. Rear Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis al-Raisi, Commander of the Royal Navy of Oman, received Rear Admiral Saw Shi-Tat of the Singapore Navy and his accompanying delegation. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks and points of view on a number of matters of common concern. The Sultan Qaboos University Hospital marked the 10th anniversary of the establishment of Cardiac Catheterization Unit. The celebration included awareness lectures on the dangers of heart disease and ways to limit its spread, in addition to shedding light on a healthy lifestyle and practices that should be followed by heart disease patients. During the ceremony, the unit also highlighted new services to be provided in the near future. The floating motels in the Walaya of Saw are considered a great touristic attraction as one of the youth projects during this time of the year. More details in the following report by Sultan bin Saif Al Sarai.
Around 30 kilometers away from Wilaya of Sur city center, one of the most charming places in the Wilaya is located. The 7 kilometers long Khor Grama reflects the beauty of nature, and it became more beautiful with the floating motels that are spread all over the place. The project owner narrates how he got the idea.
I have got this idea from the quay and from the floating houses in East Asia. After seeing that, I started planning for this motel. Thanks to the government for supporting me. I started with only one and then I added 3 more. My future plan is to make mobile motel for daily journeys and floating restaurant that sells traditional meals.
The motels are available along the Khor, creating stunning view that goes with the depth of the water and the surrounding nature, where tourists prefer visiting this place because of its beauty and serenity.
This place is indescribable. It's surrounded by mountains and mangrove trees. Also, you can do fishing. It's good because it's far and quiet.
This motel provides high standards of safety and relaxation for its visitors by providing furnished rooms, outside sitting areas, traditional furniture, and life jackets, where it uses solar panels to get its energy.
I have heard some people visited this place and this motel, and I saw it on social media, and I plan to visit this place because of the good weather and its price is really convenient.
Khor Grama could be really a pleasant area for investment by developing tourism projects that attract small and medium enterprises owners. When you get to this place, you will be amazed by the fascinating view. But the thing which will amaze you the most is this floating motel, which is considered as the first of its kind in the Sultanate, that proves the Omani entrepreneur's creativity. Sultan bin Saif al-Sarai from Wilaya of Sur, South Al-Sharqiyya Governorate.
Sultan Qaboos University, represented by the Centre for Community Service and Continuing Education, held a celebration to mark the end of the summer programme for school students 2018. Our reporter Salah bin Khalfan Arabi has more details in the following report.
Sultan Qaboos University, represented by the Center for Community Service and Continuing Education, concluded the summer program for school students 2018, the program which aimed at enhancing different skills of school students during their summer vacation.
We have made every endeavor here at SQU to have and create the best experiences for these students in hope that, they go back to the schools with different, experiences through exposing them to English, science, sports, and other programs. We brought people also from outside the university to enrich the experiences of these students, so that when they go back to their schools, they take all this knowledge and utilize it for their best.
600 participants took part in this program, and they were divided into 3 courses based on their level of study, namely the intensive course in IT and English, programming and robotics course, and the summer club.
It was a really great experience. I really enjoyed everything that happened in this program, especially because it is summer holidays. So I'm really glad that I joined this and learned a lot of different things, such as, for example, as in English, I've learned lots of different grammar rules and vocabulary. It will help me in future, and I know that.
This program added a lot of experience, such as using computer, and it added to me a lot of computer essentials, and using a lot of programs such as Word program, which is essential in our life. And I love this program, and I hope for everybody to participate in this program.
The program included many lectures, workshops, lab visits, competitions, and sports activities, besides a number of seminars on innovation and intellectual property, entrepreneurship, nanotechnology, and logistics. This program is one of the many national initiatives that Sultan Qaboos University undertakes to serve the community and equip the youth with essential skills towards a bright future for our beloved Oman. From the Grand Hall at Sultan Qaboos University, Salah bin Khalfan Arabi, Muscat.
Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and its nearby mountains, with chances of intermittent drizzle. The rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of cloud accumulation and scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains. Low clouds of fog late at night and early morning are expected over the coasts of the Arabian Sea and Sea of Oman. Winds will be southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.25 metres. Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The diplomatic relations between the Sultanate and the Republic of Korea span around 70 years. A workshop on the strategic programme for Omani cultural heritage and its role in sustainable development is organised by the Research Council. And the Ministry of Housing issues a new decision amending the bylaw for ownership of real estate properties. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.